By so doing, you will be saved from the pitfall of attachment to dogmatic beliefs, which do not lead to personal contact with God. But underlying all outward form of religion, all outward forms, is that underlying universal noumena, the presence of God, which everyone in any religion can find. All true religions, Gandhi said, behind the Vedas, behind Christianity, behind all true religions is that one underlying truth, which is universal. And all the students that I have met in the many years that I have been with the Master, I have found they have all found the underlying universality of religion if they practice their yoga and self-realization fellowship meditation. This is true. This is not just my idea. But I know everyone who sincerely practices yoga of meditation, which means first getting into the presence of God, then uniting with Him. 2 steps are necessary. First, through the different techniques to get into the presence of God as the holy vibration with the light and the sound and the great love of God. That's His first manifestation. The great word, the holy vibration, the Amen, the Om of the Hindus. First, getting into that presence of God and then merging in Him. Then you will attain what? Personal demonstration of the fact that God is and exists and that He is knowable and that each one of us can have Him. Now, isn't that a wonderful thing? Do that and your life will surely be balanced. And so, meditation is very important. Meditation keeps out delusion. This is perhaps the greatest thing. Even if you did not wholly attain the presence of God, which I know you won't stop if you once get started, meditation keeps out the delusion, which is so engulfing in this existence, isn't it? You think of your worldly activities. How much can you surely count on? This world is not as it seems because of this forced delusion, this force of the cosmic dream known as Maya, which keeps us from knowing the underlying reality of God's presence. And so meditation, the greatest good that comes from meditation is that it keeps us out of delusion. And this delusion is very darkening, very engulfing. One lady was telling me a good definition of delusion, or a good instance to remember. Have you seen a fly land in molasses? Sure you have. Everybody's seen that. All right. You see, he pulls one foot up, and he gets that rid of the sticky molasses, and then he gets at the other one. And by that time, the front feet are down in, and he pulls out one foot and then the other. But that's delusion. That's a great illustration of delusion. The fly stuck in molasses. Think of yourself. Do you ever completely get up out of that molasses of delusion? It's very difficult, except you meditate. Delusion is very strong in all walks of life. In religion, somebody was telling me this funny little thing about delusion. And it really struck me quite funny, and I hope it does you. And this particular devotee said to me, he said, he says that baseball is spoken of in Genesis. I said, Genesis? Baseball? They didn't have baseball. Oh, yes, he says, it speaks of it in Genesis. I said, what, of course? He says, it says in Genesis, in the big inning, God created heaven and earth. So there you have delusion. Remember that little illustration, in the big inning. Now, yoga, I got thinking of that inning. Yoga will give you, the following of yoga will give you perfect balance of what? Body, the materialistic side of ourselves, and mind and soul. The spiritual side, so to speak. If you practice yoga, as Master says, all-round development of body, mind, and soul is necessary. Not all on the mental side, not all meditation, not all bodily development to the making of money, but a balance between those things is surely necessary. And so, as long as it's quite warm, we'll soon close now. This science of yoga has been brought to us from the greatest masters of the East. Those of you who have read the autobiography realize that Babaji, that age-old one of our masters, who was Krishna years ago, in times of the Gita, that Babaji gave the teaching to Sri Yukteswarji. And Sri Yukteswarji gave it to our master. And through that line of great ones, it has been carried on down until this present time. And because of that, we are very fortunate in having the science of yoga explained to us through this particular channel of self-realization in a definite, concrete way, where we are not sidetracked just by one aspect of yoga. But yoga in its fullness, or we might call it Raja Yoga, has been given to us through the fact that it has come down through these great ones, and our master has left it available for us in simple techniques and meditation. And so we must avail ourselves of the opportunity. We must not fail to avail ourselves of this opportunity whereby we can live a balanced life and we can know the spiritual presence of God within. And having that, we will surely be happy.